Okay, I'm live on YouTube. Hi, YouTubers. Okay, so Jabril, we're gonna go ahead and go live on the Facebook. And then let's see about this camera. For the face, for the YouTube. Hi, Facebook. Okay, and then let's see what's going on here. All right. And Willie's under my feet. Hi. Hi, everyone. Okay, let's see. All right, so should we go live on the, hi, Ginger, on the Instagram? We'll give that like a little minute. Hey, everyone, thank you for joining. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and go live on the Instagram. Checking the connection. Hi, Miss Freddie. All right, so hi, Maxine. All right, everybody. I think we can go ahead and get started, Jabril. Everybody ready to party with me tonight? We're going to have fun tonight. Hey, Muriel. All right. Who's here? Who's here? Hi, Jennifer. I want to dance with somebody. Hey, I want to feel the heat with somebody. Sylvia. Hey, I want to dance. Yes. With somebody who loves me. I want to dance. Hey, hey. Who's dancing with me? Yes. With somebody who loves me. What's up, Willie? And lost in my senses. Who's dancing? Hey! Sooner or later, the feeling. Who's dancing? You there, Nina? Love that burns hard enough. Who's dancing with me? Night falls, my lonely heart calls. Yes! All right. Thank you for dancing with me. I wanted to dance with somebody. Willie was dancing with me. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, you were dancing? Hey, I want to feel the heat with somebody. Hey, Danelle, love you. Danelle's probably like, that was a change from earlier. Danelle's my neighbor. Thank you for joining me, you guys. Somebody who loves me. Okay, I'm not gonna sing. Okay, Jabril. Jabril keeps pumping me up, guys. He keeps like turning the music up because he knows that's gonna get me like real hype. But thank you guys so much. Thank you and welcome to the Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show. Where's my crew? Come on, crew. Let's see. It looks like we jumped off of Facebook. What is going on with the Facebook? Jabbar? Something is going on with the Facebook. Hold on, guys. Give me just another second to see. It's freezing. You see what it's doing? What is it, blood? Oh, maybe it's some little, let's see. Hold on one second, guys. My Facebook is freezing up a little bit. Let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and just keep moving with the Instagram. Should I go on Facebook on my phone? All right, guys. The people that were on Facebook, it popped off really quick, but we got the YouTube going too. So you can always go to Reagan Abdul-Malik on YouTube. But I'm going to go ahead and get started while he fixes the Facebook. Are you going to be able to fix it? So we'll figure that out. But so we have Nina Barnwell Durham joining us tonight. But I just wanted to welcome you guys to the Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show. This is our show that we've been doing since July. I think we're on like the 20th show. And it's just been really amazing because we have had such a great following, and the concept of the show really is the my nonprofit, Radiant Faces. Basically, what I do is I go to women's shelters and different facilities, and we basically, take beauty to the facility with makeup artists. We take wellness. We talk about nutrition. We talk about, we do yoga. We do different practices that will really bring the people, the women there to a really good state. So thank y'all so much. My son is working on the Facebook. Something happened with one of my devices. But anyway, thank you for joining me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, yes, Vanessa said, yes, 20th show. I know you guys are like, we've been doing this since the summertime. We've been getting it in, right? So we're going to go ahead and go into our grounding. And then we will go ahead and welcome Nina on. And we were trying to get her on Facebook because I know Nina has a big following on Facebook. So we wanted to do the interview from Facebook, but we might have to do it from Instagram. So everybody, let's just go ahead. Okay, so we're going to start the Facebook again. Yes. All right, let's see if we can pull the Facebook back up. Thank you, Jabril. All right. So we got the Facebook coming back on, but listen, let's go ahead and get our grounding done. All right, everybody. So Jabril, we're going to do our grounding. So everybody just take a big, deep release of breath. That was just a really good deep breath, just a release from your day. People are coming back up on Facebook. Sorry, guys, we had some technical problems with the Facebook earlier. But right now we are doing our grounding. And after the grounding, we're going to have Nina join us. All right, everybody, take a deep breath in through the nose. And release through the mouth. And as you mindfully breathe, you are mentally releasing and letting go of everything that's happened during your day or during the week or, even months past that you really just want to release and let go of. So take another deep breath in. And out through the mouth. And as you continue to mindfully breathe, you just want to bring yourself to the present moment. You want to just be fully enveloped in what we're doing tonight and, just all that's happening around you. You are letting go of the things that have bothered you, have not set well with you because, you don't receive those things. So you are letting them go, and mentally, with a grounding, what you can do is you can push those things into the ground. So you just want to push down mentally as you take another breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And what you want to do is the things that you do receive and the things that you do love and you have joy in it, let those things just rise to the surface. Let those things resonate with you. Let those things be a part of you tonight. Okay. One last breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And I thank you for joining me tonight. So I just love doing that because I just always want to just release things that have happened that I don't want to, continuously think about, and I don't want to harp on or dwell on. I just want to release those things. I want to push those things down to the ground. And then anything that I love and I enjoy, just let those rise to the surface. So speaking of love and enjoy and all those wonderful things, tonight, our special guest really she's so near and dear to my heart. Her name is Nina Barnwell Durham. And I have been knowing Nina for about 25 years now. I think my mother and I, we were having a brief conversation before the show tonight. And Nina actually is a friend of mine through my mother. They have been working together for the last 25 years. And since I was a little girl. But Nina is a part of our family now. And I just love her story of triumph. And I just think that Nina is so amazing that I wanted her to come on and share her story with us. So Nina is a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and she's just someone that's so special to us. And she's such a light. My mother and I would say she's a ride or die chick. Like, she is a boss babe. She's the superwoman, superpowers, like you name it. Nina is there. She is like, she's ready. She's down for whatever. Like, she is. I remember when she used to run a long time ago, or some time ago, and she was Black Girls Run, and now she's doing her political and social activism, and she's just like so amazing. So I cannot wait for y'all to meet her. So let's see. Go ahead, Nina. Go ahead and send me the request to come on. Actually, I think I can find you and request you. Okay, there you go. All right, everybody's ready for Nina. Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up. All right, guys, let's say a little prayer. Let's say a little prayer. All right, we are ready for Nina Durham to come to the show. All right, it's saying it's adding her. So we're going to wait for Nina to join us with her beautiful self. Come on, Nina. Let's see. Yay, everybody's so happy. I see you, Alan. I see you. Come on, Nina. Come on. Let's see it. Everybody on YouTube tonight. Let's see. Let me send a little message to my YouTubers. All right, Nina is saying this. Okay, it says she wants to come on again. Hold on a minute. All right, Nina, it's saying we got to wait on this camera to add you. Let's see. How's it gonna work? How's it gonna work? No answer from the live video guest. Okay, so let's try this again. Nina, send it to me one more time. I think I need to try to add you again. You guys bear with me just one moment. I'm just trying to get Nina set up, right? Sometimes it takes a minute for it to connect. But you guys just be patient with me, okay? Because I'm telling you, Nina is so awesome. You definitely don't want to miss her interview. All right, let's see. Yay! Come on, Nina. All right, it's just saying, Nina! There we go. Yay! Hi, Nina.
Hey there.
How are you? Let my chair down a little bit. Let's see if we can get more even. There we go. There we go. Everyone, this is Nina Barnwell Durham. I always have to say the Barnwell because, you know, I met you as Barnwell. So you're just like, right, always.
Right. You can go ahead and drop that now.
It's been long enough, right? Oh, my goodness. I'm so happy to see you. So, everybody, this is Nina Durham. And Nina is a very good friend of my family. And she is family to me. And, Nina, I just wanted to thank you, first of all, for joining us on the Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show. We're so excited to have you here tonight.
Thank you for having me. Like, thank you for thinking enough of me to ask me to share my story. Like, I don't think I'm, like, all of that stuff you said about me, like, in my introduction, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, you know, Nina, you know you are so special to me, my mother, my whole family. You know, we just think the world of you. So.
And I think the same of you all as well.
So, you guys, I forgot to add this part. Nina was one of the first courageous women to let me be her face. Long time ago, when I first started doing makeup, Nina was one of my first clients. I'll never forget. I think I might have even still been pregnant with Jabril. Nina and Michelle Smith. Y'all were my first, clients. And Nina actually was my first bride ever that I've ever done. Right, Nina?
Cool.
How did I do, Nina? Did I do good?
You did good.
Okay. So, Nina, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a wife, and I like to call it a bonus mom of 15 years. I am, like you said before, I'm a 2-time breast cancer survivor. I have been on my job for 27 years, which, like you said before, me and your mom met like 25 years ago. I've been so blessed to be able to be on my job for 27 years. A lot of people can't say that. But with that came a whole host of friends and people that I consider family at this point.
Yes.
So that's been a huge blessing in my life. And aside from that, like in my free time, I do some political and social activism. So yeah, that's my kind of a story.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. And it was so funny when we were on the phone and we were just talking. I said, Nina, there's so many things that we could talk about. There's so many different areas and different avenues because you have so much more just light in your life and just ways of always helping people and doing things. So it's just going to be such a great interview. So let's talk about, you said you are a wife, of course we know, and then your bonus mother. Are there any, fun stories or anything that you and Donovan, that we can start off the conversation with?
Yeah, gosh, Donovan is, he's 20 years old now. So,
wow.
Yeah, we got married, he's 5. And the whole, you know yourself, parenting is a journey, and it's hard and all of that. But and people always say that it's the most rewarding thing that you will ever do, and it truly is. So I think I was telling you earlier that now Donovan is in his 3rd year at Georgia State. He's doing great. He's on the dean's list. He does his assignments way in advance. It's crazy. Daryl and I are sometimes who is this kid, right? And with that, I'll tell people if you feel like your kid is just not gonna get it and whatever, at 11th grade, I think somewhere between 10th and 11th grade, a light bulb switched on. We were always having to follow him and go in that little parent view portal and figure out what his assignments were and why he didn't have them in and why he ranked second grade and all of this stuff, right? So all of a sudden he just decided that he was actually as smart as we had been telling him he was,
right?
And got it and just started doing things on his own. We didn't have to follow up, and his grades have been awesome. So I just there's hope.
Yes.
If you think your kid is not going to get it, they'll get it.
Yes.
I
love that you said that, because when we were talking on the phone and you said, and we didn't really go over a whole lot, but you said, I do want to tell people that, don't be discouraged, especially a parent, like you said, bonus mother and father. Don't be discouraged. At some point, believe it, that your child can turn it around, and just believe that can happen, because it can.
Right. I would always tell Donovan, even from when he was in elementary school, when he would be leaving for school, I would say, all right, have a good day, be a star student. Even when he was messing up, just totally blowing it, I would still say it. And I still I make him laugh now. He'll be sitting at the dining room table doing his schoolwork or whatever, working on his assignments, and I'll be like, all right, yay, be a star student. And he just rolls his eyes.
But because you spoke that, guess what he is now? He is a star student now.
Yeah.
So good job, bonus mom. You go, girl. So listen, Vanessa is asking, how can she see Nina? So Vanessa, you have to go to my Facebook. Nina is on a split screen on my Facebook. So Vanessa's on the Instagram. And Nina, I don't know if you can see the comments. They are just rolling in. Alan says, great advice. Never compare your kids to other. Can you see the comments? Okay.
I can't.
You can't see them? Okay. So it says, great. He says, great advice. Never compare your kids to other kids. Tina Hughley says, never give up on the kids. I actually just saw Michelle Smith just logged in. And Michelle, I was just talking about you. And Nina, I said that you both were the first two brave souls like 17 years ago that let me, work my magic, because it was kind of new when I was, carrying Jabril. It's like, I've been doing makeup on myself for so long. I had been modeling and stuff. I said, I think I can do this on other people. And sure enough, you guys let me beat y'all faces. So I love y'all so much for that. So yeah, everybody's jumping onto the Facebook now so that they can see you. So Nina, let's go ahead and go into our talk about the first time you ever you found out that you had breast cancer. Let's go ahead and talk about your first time battling breast cancer.
Okay, so my first diagnosis, like I've always had kind of lumpy breast, if you will. Mm-hmm. So I have had mammograms, I think, probably like in my early 20s. Mm-hmm. And never, there was never an issue that was, never any cancer or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So it was just something benign in there or whatever. So in 2005, the end of 2005, I hadn't even been married a year. I found a lump mm-hmm. in my right breast when, had the mammogram, the biopsy, and all of that. Found out it was cancer. And the interesting thing, I guess, with that is I had a lumpectomy because they weren't able to determine whether or not it was cancer mm-hmm. Based on the needle biopsies and ultrasounds and all of that. So once they did the lumpectomy and found that it was cancer, and it was very small cancer. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't even be considered stage 1. Okay. So I kind of say that, like, at that point I was like a poster child for early detection. Okay. Right? Okay. So I after the lumpectomy, met with the surgeon. He said there was cancer. It was very small. They wanted to go back in, get some more tissue to make sure that they'd gotten it all. Mm-hmm. Ended up having 2 surgeries and 5 weeks of radiation. Okay. And that was kind of the extent of that journey. It was very, very simple by comparison, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. So fast forward. How long ago was that? That was in 2005, so 15 years ago. Okay. Okay. So fast forward, and I've always, done my self-exams mm-hmm. and all of that. And that's something that we have to be vigilant about as mm-hmm. women is, mm-hmm. Knowing our bodies. And in order for you to know, like, I've heard a lot of people say, like, I don't even know what I'm feeling for. Uh-huh. What you're feeling for is changes, right? Okay. So you have to start feeling on a regular basis in order to know if there is change, right? Okay. So if you do it every month, then at some point you'll know if something changes, you'll be like, I don't think I felt that. I don't think I've ever felt that before. Mm-hmm. And I know it may seem weird, it may seem odd to be like rubbing on your breast, but they're yours. Yes. Right? Yes. And you need to take care of them. Yes. So anyway, late last year, I actually felt a lump in my left breast, and went and had it checked out. It was actually had surgery, had a lumpectomy on that one, and mm-hmm. it was benign. And so there was no problem. Mm-hmm. Went back for my regular mammogram time just have the mammogram on my right breast, which I didn't think anything was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing my regular routine
Mm-hmm.
mammogram. So they call me back and say, okay, we need you to come back because we see something, whatever, and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think anything of it because that's par for the course for me. So I go back and they do, and there's a series. So you do a mammogram, then there's the ultrasound, and if that doesn't give you what you need, then you do a needle biopsy.
Okay.
And from there, typically if they can't figure it out from a needle biopsy, then you end up doing surgery. But so on the way home from the needle biopsy, something just hit me. And I called D and I said, listen.
And D's
my husband. I'm
yes.
sorry.
Okay.
So I called him and I say, listen, if I have to go beyond this point, I'm going to ask the doctor to take these things and throw them in the garbage. And I mean that. And he was the supportive husband that he always is.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, I get it. So maybe a week later, maybe not even that, the surgeon called and said that it was, they did find cancer, and that, we didn't talk about, next steps at that point. But a week later, I met with the surgeon, the medical oncologist, and the radiation oncologist. Kaiser does it sort of a team kind of attack on that. So when we met when I met with the surgeon, was the first person that I spoke to, and she was going through, what the treatment would be and, how the surgery would go, what surgery I would have.
Okay.
Right? So she's flipping through this little book, and she says, well, we'll, do a mastectomy on your right breast.
Okay.
And so I guess she saw the look on my face, because we hadn't talked about before what I wanted to do as far as, going forward. And I guess she saw the look on my face, and she said, well, we can do a double mastectomy if you want. That's covered under, under insurance. And I said, that's exactly what I wanted. So, fast forward, we have surgery. They took lymph nodes and found cancer in one of the 13 lymph nodes that they removed. I was hoping not to have chemotherapy or radiation. And I didn't have to have radiation, and I'm grateful for that. But because they found cancer in the lymph nodes, I had to have chemotherapy, 16 rounds of chemo.
Okay.
Over 5 months.
And tell me what that's like.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So, and everybody's experience is different. But I didn't have an appetite. Everything tasted like trash. And y'all know I like to eat. I like to eat. So that was very odd and very different for me. My fingernails lifted and turned black. Of course, I lost my hair. And Vivian she's trying to confess her name. Her name's Vivian. She's trying to do her thing. She's trying to come back.
Yes.
See what she's gonna do. I'm just gonna let her do her thing for right now.
Yes.
And we'll figure out what we're gonna do as far as some color or whatever. But yeah, so lost fingernails. And then one of the things that people don't really talk about as far as breast cancer or cancer in general is concerned in the whole chemo journey is there are things that happen to your body during that process that will linger.
Okay.
Right? So now I have neuropathy in my fingertips and in my feet and my toes.
Okay.
So
and that means.
And that it's a numbness and tingling.
Okay.
And oddly enough, every time I went for chemo, one of the nurses would ask me, how are your fingers? Are you feeling it rocky? And I would say no. And she was like, that's great, you know? And so finally, probably the last one or two treatments, I started to feel it, you know? And she and I had both been like, I hope you don't get it. Like, a few people, small percentage of people don't get it, and, you know, but sure enough, like on the last treatment or so, I started to feel it. So
okay,
and that will be with me forever, you know.
Okay.
So and I mean, it's a small price to pay to live.
Yes.
So I'm okay with it. But yeah, so and chemo and the drugs that you take afterwards send you into menopause.
Okay.
Oddly enough, I'm 52 and I wasn't there yet. So, but I am now, and so I have hot flashes all throughout the day and night.
You're having some personal summers.
Yes, yes. And I remember your mom talking about it, and she would just break out.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to call Mama out. We would be looking, and Mom would be flawless, made up, matte skin, just beautiful. And we'd be talking, and then we'd look back, and she'd be in a full drench. She gonna get me. She gonna get me for that.
I know, right? I'm sorry, Maggie.
Sorry. We got a little off subject there. Sorry about that. We got to get you some fans and some little things going on, so you know you'll be prepared, right?
Michelle sent me a couple of fans, so they do come in handy.
Yes. Yeah. So I remember when we have a family chat, Team Wakanda Forever, and my mother sent a picture of you, and I think you had just started to. Oh, she said I'm gonna get you both. You don't see what she's saying. She's getting us on this chat. So she sent a picture where Nina had first lost your hair, but then you went ahead and just had it cut. And she said, look, you guys, look at Average said Diva fan. Oh, they are chatting. I wish you could see this girl. They are chatting up a storm. And my mother said, Michelle will fan you. Okay. So my mother sent in the family chat Nina's picture, and I was like, oh my God, Nina cut her hair. And immediately I was thinking this would be awesome to do a photo shoot for Nina and do her makeup and have someone to shoot her pictures so that she can have this beautiful picture. And that's what you guys have seen on my Instagram and also on the Facebook is that photo shoot that we did. When was that, Nina? Back in February?
Gosh.
I want to say it was February of this year.
March.
Okay, so like the beginning of March. So we did, so that was like pre-COVID, right?
Right.
And it was perfect because I called Nina and I said, hey, I really want to do your makeup, just make you glowy and radiant. And she said, that's so awesome because I have a friend who's a photographer and she wanted to shoot your pictures. And so we did this fabulous photo shoot that you guys saw on Instagram. And I was telling my mother this earlier. I couldn't bring myself to post the pictures because I wanted you to tell your story instead of me like using that as a way to get some notoriety for my nonprofit. You know what I mean? I just didn't feel right. I said, I wanted it to be just a gift for you. And I thought about it and I kind of prayed on it and I said, I'm going to let God work that out. When the time is right, I will post those pictures. Look at God. I'm like, this is so amazing. We did that, in the beginning of this year. And God created this way and this, platform and this reason for you to share your story, for me to show how beautiful you were that day. And as always, your radiance. And, it just worked out where it's like, it's just a winning situation, right, for everyone. Yeah. I just love it. So let's talk about some preventative measures, preventative methods, some advice that you can give women. Like you said, touch yourself, make sure that everything, feels normal, and then look for changes. I like that advice. Is there anything else too that we can add to it?
Make sure to get your annual mammogram. And I know we get busy and we tend to put certain things off, and that sort of thing. But be vigilant about that. But as far as preventative things, people have different schools of thought as far as that's concerned. As far as like eating and avoiding certain things or whatever. I don't have a whole lot of advice in that regard.
Okay.
I would say follow, whatever your doctor's advice is. My doctors haven't really given me much advice in that area, but again, there's different, different schools of thought.
Yes.
On that, like
a lot of holistic, different foods and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about, with our show, we're always talking about self-care, self-love, how we treat ourselves shows how we feel about ourselves, right? So what were some of your self-care ideas or methods that you used when you were, undergoing treatment and when you were, mentally just battling and conquering, this cancer?
This is kind of funny because it's really, really simple. And I think a lot of people kind of overthink the self-care idea.
Me.
But for whatever brings you peace, whatever that is, if that means, like for me, I worked during chemo, so and I have a tendency even still to get kind of in my zone or whatever and not get up from my chair and all of that. So but one of the things I did even before I started back to work was pretty much every day I would take 10 or 15 minutes and go sit on my porch and just get some sun on my face. And it's for me it's that simple. It's not. It doesn't have to be. Go get $100 an hour massage. It doesn't have to be all of that. Just do what brings you peace, whatever that is. If it's if you have a space in your room that you call your own. I mean, a space in your home that you just go sit there, read, journal, whatever. Again, just whatever brings you peace.
That was one of our ideas one night. We call that a sacred space, where it's a space where you have your energy is cleared there, and you can find peace and find, it's your haven. And you can read, you can, I have a sacred space in my bedroom, but today I created a better sacred space on my patio. And I just had so much peace out there just writing and it, like you said, the sun on my face. It was so beautiful. And Abra says, when you were working, she says, she was like, hey, Auntie, you working today? And Tina said, Nina is so positive. I love that about her. And Vanessa Ware said, Tina Hughley, and hey, Tina, I haven't seen you in forever. And Vanessa Ware says, beautiful survivor story. And I love that. Oh, and then Jada Bird says, Jada is a health guru. Like, I will definitely have Jada on the show one night. She said, broccoli sprouts and watercress are very healthy to eat for fighting cancer. Broccoli sprouts and watercress. And then Jada's my friend. Nina, I know you met Jada. I've been friends with Jada.
Jada's from the radio.
Yes, girl. Been friends with Jada for 20-something years, since we were babies. But Alan says, yes, self-love looks different for different people. Absolutely, because self-love is about self. So your individual story, your individual self, what your needs are, right? So but that's a question I like to ask everyone because it's always different answers to that.
Right.
So Nina, let's talk about your humanitarianism and how you have turned something that some people probably would internalize as, woe is me, victimhood, right, or whatever. Right. You have made this really a passion of yours. And tell us how you have been involved with breast cancer or raising awareness.
So after my first diagnosis, I started doing the breast cancer 3-day walk, which is the Susan G. Komen.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that 2 years. And then, of course, I've done several smaller walks. Sisters by Choice, which is a Black-led organization, mm-hmm. Black Doctor out in Stone Mountain, does a walk every year. I have participated in that one several times. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of good work in the community as far as providing free mammograms and that sort of thing, mm-hmm. for underserved communities. Mm-hmm. And then a friend of mine, Carletta Cunningham, who is always roping me into some shenanigans, mm-hmm. Kayaking, whatever, all kinds of stuff. So she actually was diagnosed with breast cancer probably about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And after her diagnosis, she signed up to do the Georgia, it was the Atlanta 2-day walk at the time, but now it's the Georgia 2-day walk. And formed a team. And at the first walk, I believe that there was probably about 8 or 10 of us. And we were, the largest team of color.
Okay.
And it's a 2-day walk. And this one is a little bit more fun than the 3-day was.
Okay.
You actually stay in a hotel and stay at the Marriott Marquis.
A little more pampered.
It's a little fancier. So anyway, we have amassed a group of about 25 to 30 women at this point. This year was our 7th year participating in the walk. We've raised well over $150,000 over these 7 years.
Okay.
For breast cancer.
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
The name of the nonprofit that sponsors it is It's the Journey, and they do a really good job of using those funds, mm-hmm. For underserved communities and providing for women who might not otherwise be able to get treatment or have mammograms and that sort of thing. So,
okay.
They're really responsible with the funds that we raise.
And what's the name of your team? I love this.
Our team name is Simply the Breast.
Simply the Breast. I love that. So Nina,
play on words.
So tell everyone, that are watching because we were going to have you on the show last month, which was October is Breast Cancer Awareness mm-hmm. Month. And you said, Reagan, it's no worries because we're raising money throughout the end of this year.
Right.
So tell everyone.
This year has really been hard for a lot of nonprofits because with COVID, people being out of work, people actually, funneling their funds to different mm-hmm. Nonprofits, as far as like people not having means to even eat and mm-hmm. that sort of thing. So, mm-hmm. So fundraising has been a challenge mm-hmm. this year. But I'll drop the link in the comments here for donations. Is it
an easy one you can say?
But you can go to It's the Journey, or you can Google Georgia 2-day walk for breast cancer.
Okay.
And either one of those searches should bring you to a link, and you can either when you see the donation tab, it'll ask you if you want to donate to a team or to a person, and you can donate to Simply the Breast or to me. Either one is just fine.
Okay. So when you go to that, and I'll post something tomorrow too with the link on it. So she's saying you can look for her name, which is Nina Durham, or you can look for her team name, which is Simply the Breast. Simply the Breast. So that we can donate in Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love Show. We are going to donate $100 towards your goal.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I looked on there and I was like, okay, she's not at her goal yet. We got to. So guys, do what you can to, we want to donate to Nina's team, Simply the Breast. I'm going to put her link in my comments in a post tomorrow. And Jabbar, this is the battery's low here. So everyone can go ahead and donate to Nina. Thank you, Nina, too, for that information, because a lot of people do want to. Okay, thank you, Muriel. She put Muriel, Sally and Heather's sister put Love Simply the Breast name, and she put that in there. And then she put your goal in it. So anyway, you guys just look at the comments. They put the link to be able to donate to you.
Thank you.
Yes. So Nina, let's talk about your political and social activism, because I think this is really awesome, because I'm an activist too. So I love this though, because
we all are at some level, right?
Absolutely. So we all, we got on our blue. Nina and I have on our blue.
Because Georgia's blue.
Georgia's blue. So let's talk about that, right? Because we posted pictures of you with the Madam VP. Kamala Harris, and let's talk about how you were able to help, and let's talk about at first explain like what you do with being a political activist and how you got involved in politics.
So I in 2016, things happened
in Georgia.
So after the presidential election in 2016, I was like, okay, I gotta get involved some kind of way, because, So, I actually started going to the Cobb Democrats monthly meetings once a month. So, met up with some women who were actually instrumental in the first John Ossoff run for the 6th district. And so those women were, boots on the ground. They were doing postcards, knocking on doors. I remember the first time that someone said to me, we're going to go canvassing. And what canvassing is just going, knocking on voters' doors or people that you want to vote's doors, right? So, but I didn't know what it meant. I just thought you were just going to randomly knock on doors, right? I didn't know that you actually have a targeted list of people who are likely to vote the way that you want them to vote, and you go to the door and knock on the door and encourage them to go vote, right?
Okay.
And tell them about your candidate, right?
Okay.
So, anyway, learned a lot with those women, and myself and about 15 other women formed a group called No Safe Seats.
Okay.
And one of the things that we do as a group is support candidates. We advocate for social issues.
And what does No Safe Seats mean?
It's just kind of a play on your political seat. Like, so if you hold this seat today, know that it's not safe, right? Because we'll get somebody else in your seat, right?
If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, your seat is not safe.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. If you are not working for the people,
that's right.
We will have you moved out. So, anyway, so we that's one of the we support candidates however we can, whether that be making phone calls, sending texts. Y'all know what send text. Hey, sending texts, writing postcards, making donations, doing fundraisers, all of that stuff. And was
that something you did? And have you been doing that all this time? You did it for the governor election and also.
Right. So when I started going to the COD Dems meeting, I met these women. Met this woman named Beverly Jackson. She was the field coordinator for COD for the Stacey Abrams campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Asked me to come and volunteer with her, and so I did, and she wouldn't let me go. So I.
Nobody lets you go, Nina. Once they meet you and interact, and no one lets you go. Okay, just so you know. Okay.
I guess, right. So anyway, I did a lot of work on the Stacey Abrams campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Did a lot of volunteering. I guess I was what's called a super volunteer for her campaign. So, and that's kind of how I got kind of entrenched in the whole thing, and met a lot of people as far as political activists and social activists and actually candidates. And one thing that I'll say is that as far as meeting candidates are regular people. Like, if you feel like there is a need from a political perspective, city council, school board, whatever, if you feel like there's a need that's not being met, any of us are just as qualified to run for a political office as anybody else. If 2016 didn't tell you that anybody is qualified to run for political office, So don't feel like politicians and people in these particular seats are any smarter or any more knowledgeable or any better than you are. They're regular people who decided to run for office.
So speaking of people running for offices, so we know that you have worked on the campaign for Biden and Harris. And so talk to us a little bit about what your thoughts are regarding the outcome of the election this year.
I'm very excited. And I really didn't I would have done a lot more, of course, had I not been working through my journey. But I was able to do, a few things, some texting, writing some postcards and that sort of thing. But I'm very excited about the outcome. As far as in the primary, Kamala was my choice. So I was very excited when Vice President Biden chose her as his running mate. But yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Yes. And so we were talking a little bit. Go ahead.
Say it again.
Go ahead, Nina. What was finish your thought?
Okay. But as far as the outcome of the election and where we are at this point, as far as recounts and all of that stuff, the president is within his right to ask for a recount, and that's fine. But that won't change the outcome. At this point, it is what it is.
Yes.
So yeah, and I'm excited about the 2 Senate races we have in Georgia as well, with Reverend Warnock and John Ossoff.
Yes. So speaking of which, this is so funny. I was thinking about this too. So there is a Senate runoff on January 5th, and we were talking about this on the phone. And you were actually, ma'am, featured in a political commercial. And I was just sitting out. I think I was doing something. I was like eating some popcorn or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, Nina's on TV. What is going on? And I looked.
Never hear that commercial again.
I looked on your Facebook, and I thought it was so sweet. Everybody was recording it. I sent it to my mom. I rewind and then record again. So tell us about your commercial that you did. How did you get picked for that?
So a friend of mine who is also a political social activist called me and asked me if I was, told me that they were looking for people with pre-existing conditions to do some ads, and asked me if I would be interested in doing it, and I said, sure, fine, and I got a call, and it's funny, I got the call the night before we shot the ad, and I didn't answer the phone for whatever reason the next day, but the guy left a message, so I said, well, I'll call him back in the morning. He called me at like 10 o'clock that morning, and he, told me who he was, what he was doing, whatever. And he was like, do you feel like there's something to do? We'll do it over Zoom. You don't have to, go anywhere. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, that's fine. That's perfect. And he said, mind you, I said this is at 10 o'clock that we're talking. And he said, how's noon for you? I'm like, well, okay. All right. Let me go put some lipstick on.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, you are a superstar. I saw on your Facebook, everybody was like, we saw you on your commercial today. Really awesome where you are. And that was endorsed by Warnock or Ossoff?
That was Ossoff. It was against Purdue.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's Ossoff.
Okay. Awesome. So we're so proud of you, Nina. Like, you know what? You are really a go-getter. And my mom said something just now. I missed it. It went up too quick. But you are really our superstar. Like, we're so proud of you because you are such a great example of when you think positive about your life and you understand that, when things come at you and it's a part of your journey.
Right.
And you can either, fall in defeat, or you can say, I am a conqueror. I'm more than a conqueror. I am a victor. Yeah. And I love that you put survivor and thriver, right?
Right.
Because anybody, you think about stuff and you're like, how are they doing this? Because it gives you that courage to face another day because you got so much to do, and so much to say. So we love that. We love that about you. So tell people how, if they have like a little political itch going on, what can they do? How can they, participate? Like we said, we have the 2 Senate seats that need to be filled now in January. What can they do? How can they get involved?
So there are, of course, you can go to the websites of both of the candidates, either of the candidates. Any candidate is always going to have, a tab to donate, a tab to volunteer on their website. Anytime you feel like you want to, you're like, oh, I think I want to help this candidate or whatever, just go to the website and fill out the form to volunteer. Right. There are several organizations, Black-led organizations, that are doing lots of work on the ground and have been doing lots of work on the ground. I'm sure you guys have heard of New Georgia Project, Fair Fight, and Black Voters Matter. Those 3 organizations are doing lots of voter registration and voter contact to get people out to vote. And that's something we were talking about too. And of course, we want you to vote our way, right? For our guy. Sure, but absolutely. However, voting is important. Yes. It is your right. And if you are, and especially if you are inclined to complain about the way things are going, you said it. You need to make sure that you vote. However you vote. That's right. It's your right and it's your voice. So, that's right. I encourage you and everybody to vote. I had an experience one time with someone. This was a couple years ago. They were just complaining all the time about, this guy, our president. And I said something like, oh, well, I mentioned something about the election. Wouldn't you know, they didn't even vote. So go figure. I'm like, well, girl, you can't complain to me no more. So you didn't vote. You lost. You didn't even use your vote.
Go complain to somebody else.
Right.
So, but I love that because all the way up to the election, I really wasn't telling. I just say, just vote. You know, so many people. You know, if you're African American, died or was hurt or somehow something went through something, so that you can have the right to vote. You know, even if if you're not African American, you still need. Everyone needs to vote. It is your voice. It is your right. And now that America has spoken, we're just gonna be excited with who won. So, Nina, so we are celebrating a month of gratitude, the entire month of November, and I wanted to kind of close out our conversation with if you could really express your gratitude and tell the viewers, really what you're grateful for, which is what we kind of been talking about this whole time. But
Sure.
how would you sum it up?
Grateful for a hope, like just through this journey, like I've been able to see, like I always hope that I am that person that people can count on, people can depend on, or whatever. And I'm so grateful that I was able to witness the kindness and generosity of my friends and family through this journey. I remember my friend Carletta telling me when this thing first started, your friends and your family are going to want to help you. They're going to want to do things for you. And I thought I was going to be able to get through this without crying. However,
me too, Dana.
Right. She said people are going to want to do things for you, and you have to let them. Right. And I realized in this that helping people through their struggle is like therapy for the person that is helping, right? Never really thought of it that way, but like think about like when your friends or your family are going through something and you just feel helpless. So if it makes you feel better to take them a dish to eat, or send them some flowers, or buy them something or whatever, like it's awesome that people were I still to this day I get things in the mail. A friend of mine from high school that I haven't seen probably in 20 years sent me a baseball cap, a rhinestone studded baseball cap with the little breast cancer ribbon on it. Like,
yes,
it's just amazing how kind and how generous people have been.
Yes.
And aside from that, like, I'm grateful for my husband and his temperament and his calm nature. Like through all of this, like he was at every appointment. People ask me if you need somebody to go to take you to your chemo appointments, I'll go and I'll sit with you or whatever. And I probably could have had, honestly, for all 16 of those appointments, I probably could have had a different person to take me. He was at every last one of them, and it wasn't even like a thought for him. It wasn't even a question. Do you need whatever?
Yeah.
He's been awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, he always is, but he's awesome. So
yeah, Daryl is awesome.
Yeah. Super grateful for that.
Yeah. You picked a good one, Nina. You picked a good one. Is he right there? Is that him? Hey, Daryl. Yes, girl. So, Nina, what you received from your family and friends, the love and support is their payment back to you, or their way to show you what you have given people for many years. You've always been there. I look at Lee Allison just popped up on the screen, and you were one of the people I had talked about Lee Allison a while back when she was in the hospital, and we went and prayed over her when she had the really terrible car accident.
Yeah.
You were one of the people that was with us. Like, we are really family, and I just appreciate everyone just really bonding together. You can't see the comments, but Maxine says, "Look at the crybaby," and then Tina said, "Look at who's calling somebody a crybaby." And then,
oh my God.
I called my mother right before this. I said, "Mom, you gotta pray. You gotta pray for me." She's like, "Why?" I said, "Cause I'm tearing up right now trying to do my makeup. My lash won't stay on." She said, "Why are you being so emotional?" I said, "Cause I just think about the journey, Nina's journey, and just really understand that this is not a small thing that you did. Surviving breast cancer twice." And Lee Elsa said, "Love you, Nina, and everyone." And everybody said, "Mister is the man. Hey, Mister. Hey, Mister." But what you've done is not a small thing. And it has really given hope to a lot of people that when they get that diagnosis, and it could be a different diagnosis, but it could be, similar to, and they feel like they're alone, or they feel like they don't know how they're going to get through it, or, they feel like, there's a darkness that sets in. They can think of you, and they can know that, if you can do it and thrive and go on to help, political candidates be elected and things that honestly you could just say, "I'm just going to go ahead and beat this breast cancer and I'm going to sit down somewhere." But that's not what you did. So you give people hope. You give everyone loves your light. That's why you had so many people that wanted to do something special for you, because that's what you do for them. So I really want you to embrace that, because you are so amazing to us. We just love you so much.
Thank you.
You are so well. Everybody, I wish you could see these comments. So Sunita says, "I love you, Nina. I'm still praying." And my mom is talking to her. So they just having a conversation. Y'all need to pay attention to the real conversation going on. So Nina, I have something special for you. Jabril, are we ready? Are you gonna dance with me, Nina?
Oh gosh, I'm not dancing because.
Hold on, Jabril. What is it?
I can't dance because I got pajama pants on.
That's okay. We'll dance sitting down. Go ahead, Jabril. Hit it. You hear it?
I hear it.
What is that, Nina? Simply the best. Better than all the rest. Yes. Come on, Nina. I couldn't do Tina because I'm on YouTube. They'll sue me. Yeah, all the comments are coming in. Everybody's dancing. We love you, Nina.
Thank you.
Dry those eyes, girl. Dry those eyes. Come on, Nina. I'm going to do another photo shoot once you get your hair right. Right? Once you're ready. You should do some finger waves. Bring finger waves back. Better than all the rest. Who's dancing with us? Better than anyone. Anyone that I ever met. Stuck on your heart. I hang on every word. Everybody's commenting. I wish you could see it, Nina. They love you. Nina, you're a superstar, girl. All right, thank you, Jabril. Okay, so Vanessa said no finger waves. You know what we should do? We should get the app that puts all these different hairstyles on you, Nina, and have a vote. We gonna vote. Let me stop. We gonna have Nina looking crazy. Put Nina in a high top fade. I'm just kidding. So Nina, let's go ahead and close out the show. While you're here, I just want to say a prayer with you. And then I'll let you go ahead and go, and then I'll just close everything out. That sounds good, everybody? That sounds good? Okay. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you today, Lord. We thank you, Lord, that we can come together, Lord, that your grace and mercy endures. We thank you, Lord, for just embracing us tonight, Lord, and just giving us just this great, wonderful energy. Everybody is so supportive and so loving on to Nina. And Lord, just anyone that's out there that is struggling with any illnesses or conditions, Lord, just let them know how much you love them, how much you're just always there. You will never leave them, Lord. Anything that's going on, people that are without, Lord, people that are suffering right now, Lord, that are in pain, Lord, we just ask that you come in and you show them your love and your mercy, God. We just ask you, Lord, just to embrace us, keep this community going, keep, all this love, just the connection that we share with each other, Lord. Just continue to uplift us, Lord. We ask all these things in your precious Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Bless you, Nina. Bless you. We love you so much. This was such a fun show. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. You really made it just so beautiful, so amazing. I was so happy that we could do this, and you were like my easiest my easiest guest, because you didn't really require much. You was just like, all right, you let me know when. And I really appreciate that. Everybody is saying amen and in Jesus' name, and they just giving you so much love, Nina. So, well, y'all tell Nina bye. Thank you so much, Nina. So we will definitely put your link on my post, and we will make sure. And like I said, we're going to give you the $100 to start you off, and hopefully we can do what we can to collectively help you reach your goal for Simply the Breast.
Yes.
I love that name. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Nina. All right, thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, sweetie. Mwah, love you. All right, everybody. So thank y'all so much for joining us. Everybody said bye to Nina. I love Nina so much. Her spirit, her energy is just so beautiful. That's my girl. That's my girl. So, hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So, listen, we only have one more show for right now. And, we're just going to go ahead and let everyone kind of start preparing for the holidays. And so next week is going to be our last show for a little bit. We're gonna come back in December and have a holiday party, so that's gonna be fun. But listen, guys, I definitely want y'all to watch the Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love show next week, because we're gonna have a beautiful product launch. I think everyone's been kind of seeing my posts regarding goodtidingsstyle.com and these beautiful alchemy candles in her alchemy home collection. This is Sylvia Gavart. She's actually going to be my special guest on our show next week. She's going to be talking about the laws of attraction and alchemy. And, this beautiful candle is like such an amazing scent. It has like the Palo Santo, and it has other things that kind of cleanse your environment, just like a sage. So you guys, I want y'all to go to goodtidingsstyle.com. These amazing candles, you're going to love them. I said, anybody that I have to buy a gift for, they're going to get one of these candles, because I know they're going to love it. But listen, guys, so next week on the Radiant Faces Beauty and Self-Love show, we're going to have Sylvia. She's going to close out this season. We're going to have such a beautiful time with her. And one of the biggest subjects, laws of attraction, we really haven't touched that this entire time. So we're just going to save the best for last. And don't forget, the Let's Chat Tuesdays are, that's when we talk about hot topics and things that are going on in the world. And it's just our time just to, hang out with some coffee with the girls, or, some guys join us too. So, it's just all about whatever y'all want to do at that time. And we take suggestions too on the different topics. So that's going to be fun as well. So listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. We already prayed us out. Listen. Such a fabulous show tonight. Thank you so much. And Nina said, thank y'all for listening to my story. I love y'all. We love you, Nina. You're so amazing. Be blessed, be radiant, and remember to do all things in love. Thanks, guys. Bye. And then let me close that out.